Welcome everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. 7 p.m. time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening, Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Guys, Bitcoin is down 2%. Is it gonna go down to 10K? We gotta know. We're also gonna look at some, Optimus Prime, or whatever it's called, and Bitcoin, and maybe some trading and stuff like that. So, we're gonna talk about that. But first of all, Mladen Petrov, ladies and gentlemen, Mladen Petrov, the big dog, the whale, TLA, 249, 599, thank you, man, appreciate the money, but TLA, I know why you're happy, and Mladen Petrov is just sending a little bit of his XRP gains back to, the community. Thank you, man. XRP right now is pulling back a little bit. I seen it's down like 2%, but yesterday it was up 4%. Did you close your position, man? Did you close your position? That's what I want to know. It's down 3% up here. It's down 3%. It's still not done with this. Yeah, maybe it's already done up here. Yeah, so it's breaking the trend towards the downside over here already. So I think you already, took your profits. TLA. There you go. How you doing, man? How's everybody else doing? Chengtown. They say you must buy the dips. They say so. Good morning, Crypto Rust. Notifications working. Nice, very nice. XRP Legend, good morning. How you doing? Dips up for buying, boys. Ricky, yeah. Gort, you got to pay more. YouTube steals 30%. Gort, it's not about money. It's about sending the message. It's always about sending the message. Don't forget 20% for taxes. Yeah, as well. 20% for taxes. If you see other YouTubers, they are often on Patreon, or they got their own kind of, website where they use Stripe to take payments and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because, Patreon takes like 2-3%. Stripe, takes only fees, whatever, 0 point something percent, right? So, you can get 30% more from whatever your followers or people buying your products are paying. But I was before on Patreon, but I figured out it is nicer just to be on YouTube and live a simpler life, and offer stuff through YouTube. So I like YouTube. So I don't care if they take 30% and then 20% for, it's not actually 20% for taxes. I pay actually 46% in tax. So it is very little left off from whatever I get on the super chats, but there is that 46% tax, man. And those 46%, like and then you got these other kind of taxes, and it just kind of kills you. If you are rich in any kind of country in the West, and you're making any kind of money on income, they're gonna smack you down so hard. You're gonna become poor very, very soon. Bitcoin was jacked from a sloping head and shoulders neckline. That's all. I don't know if it was sloping head and shoulders neckline. I did had a short on Bitcoin over here. I shorted Bitcoin exactly. Where was it? Over here at this top over here. So it wasn't this top up here, because I was actually at work when I shorted this over here. But where I short? Let's go to 5-minute time frame up here. I shorted, I got the exact top, very nicely, up here. I shorted this top over here, this top up here I shorted very, very nicely, and then I took profit somewhere on this wicket down here, over here. So it was nice, it was a nice trade. I mean, after that it went consolidated up here below the support line, and then it went below that, but it played out nicely, Maybe it was just this one up here. No, which one was it? Was this one? No, it was this one over here. Yeah, it was this one over here. So but the reason I actually shorted this over here was because first of all, it had this extend smack hug extend dump pattern over here. So on this move towards upside, I wanted to short that. But when you zoomed in, it had the exactly same pattern on the small time frames. Where was it up here? It had this exact same pattern on the small time frames up here, right? Extend, hug, move up here towards the same top up here, and then down. It was pretty obvious short. So I short that, but I didn't hold all long enough to get the rest of the move. Doesn't matter. The profits were made. What I did not make profits on yesterday was this crap over here. This is Optimus Prime or whatever it's called, OP, and I tried shorting it. Where did I try shorting it? I tried shorting it over here. I think it's the bottom, something like that down here, and it wasn't the bottom. And it went down over here, and I was like thinking, yeah, I'm gonna short it over here, but you know, I was too afraid, you know, thinking it might actually drop. It was curving and everything was, you know, looking nice. You know, it might drop down a little bit, but it started going towards upside up here. It started going toward, let me see on 1 minute time frame up here, because I was very zoomed in. Yeah, and then I shorted, I longed it over here. I longed it over here, but then it went down and I got out of the position. And then once it, you know, was starting doing this spot pattern over here, I longed it right on the breakout over here, right over here, and then it went down over here towards downside, and I exited my position over here. And then of course it went towards the upside. And that was that, right? And that was that. And then it went below that move down here, but you know, these could be have nice gains, right? This is like, you know, 17% move towards the upside on 10x, right? And the entire move from the bottom towards top, I think it was something like 10% up here, but you know, that is that. I tried shorting it 2 times, but it just so much it was just so much sell pressure that, yeah, I knew the bounce needed to come, and bounce did come, but you know, the bounce did come. But I still believe that he could go a little bit lower. And on the 4-hourly time frame, this actually came very oversold levels down here. It was something like 22 or even 20 down here at the very bottom. It was very low. So I was looking at that, you know. But you know, that's the life of a trader, you know. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it. You know, things move. I short the top on daily. Nice, very nice. Rich people don't pay tax, they take out low percentage loans which are tax free. I mean, yeah, but when we are you're not talking about rich people, you're talking about filthy rich people. We are just talking about, you know, medium rich people. And medium people, rich people, you know, that getting loans, stuff like that. I shorted the top on the weekly. Milani is the bad. Milani shorted this part over here. 30k. And he's still holding. How long is Milani gonna hold? That's the big question. How long Milani is gonna hold? So let's see what's happening in Bitcoin over here. Let's just clean up the chart a little bit up here. As you'll see up here, we are still not out of the bigger trend, or this on the weekly time frame over here. We're still not out of the bigger trend. This is still, you know, bleeding towards the downside. The big question is when this is actually gonna be, you know, over, when this is actually gonna, you know, move down. And you can see up here we came up to the 10 moving average up here. This is also the 50 moving average up here. On the daily time frame right now we are, you know, pulling back from that towards downside. This looks like a morning doji star, morning shooting star, shooting morning star, morning doji star, evening doji star. What is it called again? Morning doji star. It's called morning doji star. Yeah, it's morning doji star. Morning doji star. Yeah, it's called morning doji star. So this is a morning doji star pattern up here. These are reversal patterns up here. Right now came up there. Right now pulling back. But where is it pulling back to? And it's pulling back to the this 10-20 moving average, where we said that this move actually might actually go all the way down to over here. You can see up here right now it's still holding those levels. This right now on the daily time frame is holding that. If you go to the 4-hourly time frame, you'll see that we actually closed above the 50 moving average up here on the 50. So the big question is this move up here gonna get some kind of, you know, support over here and bounce from these levels, or is, you know, because this part up here already dropped. You can see up here this line up here. There is this line. There was actually this line first, and I said, well, if it breaks this line up here, it might actually be bad, right? It went down there, it tried to get up there, consolidated over here, and then dropped towards downside. But now that this drop already happened, this part up here already kind of played out, right? So the short that was up here at the top, because it went kind of a little bit parabolic up here towards stop up here, pulled back, created this, you know, extend, smack, hug, dump pattern towards downside, broke that over here, consolidated, broke down. But right now that this part over here actually went down, I think it's already already played out. Can it right now go more towards downside? It can. Can it go towards upside? It can. It can actually do whatever it wants to do. But the most important thing is that the pattern that we are actually looking for to play out actually did play out. So once actually this move over here came towards downside, it already kind of played out. So what are we looking at right now? Well, right now we are still looking at this, this damn channel that's playing out, and like we said, this channel could be a little bit different now. This is the weekly, weeks and stuff like that. Blind is probably looking at something like this over here, give or take, maybe up there. There we go. This is a little bit nicer, but I still believe that this midline up here should be a little bit different. Should go something like this over here somewhere, right? And maybe up here, and something like this up here, maybe, because you can see up here, touching these bottoms up here, touching this one, trying to get up above it, maybe a little bit more towards downside over here, something like this. Let's try what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this midline over here, put it maybe something like over here, give or take. It looks very nice. And then the top line we're gonna pull all the way down here, maybe something like this. Then we're gonna copy this on the bottom side down here towards the downside, something like this up here. I mean, it does look okay-ish, right? So you can say it's some kind of midline up here, because this is a little bit nicer channel, I think. So it's not hitting this on the dollar and anything like that. And I think there was a 3-day chart up here that was actually had a nicer channel. Let's try to do that. 3-day chart up here. I think the 3-day chart up here was a nicer channel up here. Yeah, the 3-day chart looks something like this. So the 3-day chart actually has this, midline that's also being respected very nicely, and these bottoms are being very, very respected. So 3-day chart does look indeed a lot nicer. You can see right now we are pulling back, but we are not on the midline over here just yet. Now this is a bullish engulfing candle, even though it was a little bit, that's when we went big time towards downside. Exhaustion pattern broke that towards upside, bullish engulfing candle, explode towards upside up here right now, pulling back. So this consolidation up here can take a little bit while. We still have our target set on July the 3rd because of the supermoon, so we are waiting for the supermoons to come. So what's gonna happen in between that, we do not know, but we are eventually hoping that this move up here will go towards the upside around July 4th up here. So if we consolidate up here, come up here, July hits, supermoon starts, we go towards the upside. And I'm still on that, and this top up here also, there is this line below us up here somewhere, like this over here, might be actually drawn, I've seen. And it looks like we just came up here, came to this top, broke down, went down, tried to get back up here again, failed that, move right back down. So if we should go right now back below these these bottoms over here, that might actually be bad, because you are retesting the resistance, you're failing that, you go all the way down to the bottom again, and whatnot, right? And this move and towards upside. Worst case scenario is breaking out of the channel towards downside. But I don't see any kind of panic yet. I don't see any kind of big moves coming just right now. I think it needs something big needs to happen for us to have a big move, and I think this channel up here needs to break down. So even if you go all the way down to the channel, it's only at 24k or something like that. Now this might be a lot worse for the altcoins than it is for Bitcoin, but this move towards downside is not that bad. What is gonna be bad if this channel loses the support on the channel and breaks on the downside. Now that's gonna be very, very bad, and we're gonna dump down big time, right? So we don't want to do that. But considering right now that it is 31st of May and start of June, we still got 1 month left. So for whatever reason, 1 month left. That's all the way up here, to July. So can we go down here, then go into some kind of bad panic up here towards the July, and then go towards the upside? We can definitely do that. But the moves are okay so far. Okay. Sorry about that. But the moves are okay. We are right now sitting on the support level over here on the daily time frame. The big question is this are these these moving averages, this trend over here, gonna hold the support over here? If it does hold the support, we might just bounce over here right now where we are, and move towards the upside. I also seeing that altcoins are not reacting that badly to Bitcoin. They are reacting the same way. So Bitcoin is down 2%, altcoins are down, 2% give or take, around the same. So everything is moving in the same pace towards the downside. But this over here right now, the big question is this actually some kind of bottom over here? And you can see here we dropped really fast. There was this curvature up here where there was, buying pressure up here, and then it bounced a little bit. But can it drop down even more towards the downside up here? It can. There is no specific, pattern up here that I can see. Maybe some kind of channel up here towards the upside or something like that, right? Maybe some kind of bear flag up here that's being created, and then continuation towards downside up here towards the midline. But whether this is actually done or not, we don't know. You can see up here on the 4-hourly time frame that we are holding this 1-hourly 200 moving average. On the 4-hourly we are holding the 50 moving average. Over here on the daily we are holding this 10 and 20 moving average. So it is a very important level of support. The big question is, are these support gonna hold right now, right? Moving towards the downside over here, this is a little bit extended on the 4-hourly, but not that much. So you can definitely follow more, but it's not that much extended right now, sitting at some kind of 40 levels after going all the way towards the upside. You'll see that these 40 levels oftentimes can indicate some kind of bottoms over here. You get these moves towards the downside, will we right now but just bounce on 20 up here, go all the way down to 30 and then bounce? That kind of depends. I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna happen next on Bitcoin. I hope the support holds. That's the best I can give you right now over here. I hope support holds and we bounce from these levels over here, but you never know. Short the bottom again. I thought Milan is very bullish, but Milan is also trading, so Milan really don't care whether price is bullish or bearish. If the move is on the top, the move is on the top. If the move is on the bottom, the move is on the bottom. Very good. Welcome to the bear club. But he's buying shitcoins. Yeah. The pattern made me 45% AVAX short. Nice, very nice. If you shoot again a line on the head and shoulders neckline, we'll see the last rejection was a bearish retest. Okay, so let's check that head and shoulders thing. I did draw the neckline up here, man. There is the neckline up here. This is the retest up here. So if this is the head and shoulders that people are talking about, and we are to see they just pulled like this over here. We are to see some kind of move down up here. That's 24,000. But I don't know if this move is calculated from the breakdown or from the retest, because if it's calculated from the retest, we go back down to the bottom of the channel, right? So if this neckline over here, sorry, if this neckline over here, yeah, sorry, not neckline, but if this head distance up here is calculated from the breakdown, and most people calculate from the breakdown, they're looking at 24k down here, right, give or take. That's what they're looking for, right, on the head and shoulders pattern. But I'm a little bit unsure whether that's from the head and shoulders pattern or from the retest. So this is head and shoulders pattern, this is the retest up here, give or take, maybe even all the way up there, give or take up here. It's a little bit higher than that, it's a little bit higher, and that's almost hits nicely this bottom side. Now the reason I say I'm not sure is because I don't believe people when they tell me that it's from the neckline. No, it's from the breakout. It's from the breakout. You have to tell, because some pattern site says it's from the breakout, and oftentimes they are very much wrong. And I need to do my own research to figure it out, because people are so much wrong in this space. And when it comes to tactical analysis, people are wrong so many times. You gotta do your own research, guys. Never trust anybody else, not even me. Do your own research and conclude whatever you want to conclude. But you can go to any kind of site. Sorry, we can go to Google and say rising wedge target, whatever, right? And you go to images and you'll see stuff like this over here. Price goes up in the rising wedge and goes down and goes down. It should go down to the bottom. No, it should not go down to the bottom. That is the thing. Rising wedges don't always break down to the bottom. It depends on whether the rising wedge is a bullish or bearish, right? Number one, if you have a rising wedge that's bullish and it can break towards the upside, target is still not the distance up here. If you have a rising wedge and you are a little bit bearish, it won't go all the way down there. It will just go to this first move down, consolidate and go up again. If you're a little bit more bearish, it will go down to the second move down here, consolidate and move up. Only if you're very bearish, it will go down to the start of the move and continue towards the upside. It's not always the case. This over here is not always the case. People are measuring this thing like over here, but it's not always the case. It's true, it can go down to the bottom, but it does not have to go down to the bottom. It can stop over here, it can stop over here. There are 3 levels of support over here. See this move, see how it went down over here, creates support over here. That's support. If the price is bullish, even though it breaks down, it can get that support and bounce off of the support. We never know which support is going to bounce off. But the sooner it bounces out of a rising wedge, we conclude that there is some kind of bullishness on the chart and that we need to remain bullish, right? So even though it broke down, you know, it can still be bullish chart. So, you know, whatever these guys are writing, like, don't believe them, guys. Do your own research. Unicorn, how you doing, man? The new moon is a bit late, but starting to work. Watch out for next 3 days. The moons are already done, man. The moons are already done. I mean, it's up here. You know, the moon started up here. We are still above where the moon started, man. This moon is not working at all. And not only that, right now, very soon, we are gonna get full moon up here. So what I'm guessing right now, we're gonna pull back a little bit just by, you know. But the problem with this moon is that this moon is just, you know, regular. 2033 right now. June 4th, it's just regular full moon. There is nothing special about June 4th moon, right? So in 4 days we got a full moon up here. Let's go daily time up here. 4 days up here we got a full moon, right? So I'm guessing we're just gonna consolidate up here and then go towards the upside. Hey, woohoo, party time. How is gold doing? Gold is doing well. Gold is doing well. I read something very interesting today on Twitter. Let me see if I have still that crap open. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Maybe, I mean, people are posting too much about silver. Yeah, I did find. Okay, I'm gonna like it up here and I'm gonna do it like this. So check this out, guys. Let's go to Twitter and let's go to my liked posts. This one over here. Hodl, never hodl. Silver bros staking for 15 years. They're slowly waking up to Bitcoin, although not yet for the right reasons. So there is this guy on the Wall Street Silver. Just for 8, user just for 8. After 15 years of staking, I'm ready to throw in the towel. Hello folks, I think I'm ready to give up. I've been staking for 15 years and I'm now at a stage where I have broken even. A percentage or 2 gain in 15 years, far even from covering the inflation. I will not even mention my gold miner stocks. In the meantime, my friends have enjoyed 4x in the most basic investments like S&P 500, 100x on Tesla or 1000x on Bitcoin. They have great lives. I just feel like a fool. I'm not young anymore, but 15 years ago I was. I was so hopeful. I remember listening to Chris Dune, Greatest Truth Never Told, and the crash of debt and debt paradigm was always just around the corner. You better invest now because you never know what it happens. Same with Mike Maloney promising triple digits, although Schiff gives bad advice to also invest in fortune stocks. Wish I would have listened. Talking heads at Kitco always promise 10x by next summer, which of course never comes. So forth. Guys, he's been staking stuff for 15 years. Silver for 15 years. Hoping he's gonna do 10x, 20x and stuff like that. And my take on this, gold, silver and art, they are not investments that you wanna get your 10x or 100x on or something like that. Those are investments that you wanna put your money in so it doesn't lose against inflation. so it doesn't, you know, lose value if the if the stock market crashes. So, you know, those are investments that you know, put your money in to hold the value. The same with Bitcoin. We put money in Bitcoin so it can hold the value over time and not lose value. It is, you know, mechanism to, you know, save your money, save the value against inflation, against, you know, corrupt, you know, financial system. That's what we use Bitcoin and these things for. Although Bitcoin goes up a lot, right? But, you know, if you want to get gains, it's everything else. It's everything else. But now that he's sold, guys, we can pump silver, so buy silver. So he's 15 years in the market, but he's blaming others, telling him to invest in. Most people do that kind of stuff, you know. They listen to other people, what other people are telling, because this is what I'll be telling you guys. When you want to buy something, if you do not have your own conviction or something is gonna happen, you're gonna be very dependent on other people. So if you look you know, if you're watching, you know, Bitboy or somebody else, right, or Altcoin Daily, or investing, you know, crypto or whatever these channels are called, and they talk about, you know, this next big thing, whatever, right, and you don't know anything about the next big thing, but you believe in what they are telling you, then you just might, you know, continue holding, right? So oftentimes people don't like to do their own research. They don't like to think. They don't like to, you know, resonate. They don't, you know, they just like to listen to some guy. He told me to buy, man. I'm just gonna buy and hodl, you know, just dollar course average, and they have this hopium that's gonna go up, right? You know, so never believe when people say that, you know, this is the next big thing and stuff like that. You know, you gotta use your own brain. Going leverage long or short on gold CFDs can make you gains. Of course, I'm going leverage on anything can make you gains. But, you know, he was just buying spot. Biggest may listen to people like Bitcoin Pampers or gold Pampers like Peter Schiff. Well, what do you think? What do I think about what? Robert Kiyosaki always shilling gold, silver and Bitcoin. But yeah, but you gotta understand that Robert is shilling gold, silver and Bitcoin because it is store of value. And you can see up here, after 15 years, silver is still, you know, okay, and if it goes up a little bit, maybe it will cover in the for the inflation as well, right? It is holding value. Gold is also might be holding value. It is holding value. Robert Kiyosaki, he's a very rich guy, has a lot of money. He's not interested in getting 10x or 20x or 100x. He's interested in putting money into something that is not gonna lose value after, you know, financial system collapses, or if that ever happens, or, you know, or the dollar goes bust, right? So of course he's gonna you know, silver, because these you know, these guys, they shill whatever it is in their interest, right? So if you look at some kind of YouTuber that his, you know, biggest interest is getting, you know, 1000x, he's gonna be shilling you coins that are gonna do 1000x. He's not gonna be shilling you Bitcoin. Warren Buffett is not shilling you Bitcoin, because his interest is in buying things that produce stuff. So he's gonna be shilling you, like he says, farms. He's gonna be you know, car manufacturers, airplane companies. You know, he's buying things that produces value, right? So all of these guys are shilling you whatever, you know, it's best for them. That's what's best for you. You and Warren Buffett, you and Robert Kiyosaki, you and Elon Musk, you're at different stages of life. You have different needs. So you gotta figure out, what do I need? You cannot listen to Robert if you want 100x, because Robert's gonna say buy Bitcoin. You're not gonna get 100x on if you buy Bitcoin. It's just not gonna happen. Once you see people hating something, that's when you should buy. Exactly. So maybe, just maybe, now that he sold after 15 years of staking, maybe this is the buy signal right now that we need to buy silver. Maybe that's that. How does gold chart look on the hourly 4 hour? Let's look at a gold chart over here. Sorry about the lines. These are just crappy lines. I don't know what I was. This is monthly time frame up here. So gold up here is hitting triple top up here on the monthly time frame up here, as you can see up here. These are just, you know, random lines up here, but you know, you can definitely draw some kind of, you know, topish up here at the top. Triple top up here at the top. 1, 2, 3 top up here. Will it actually break this top over here towards the upside or not? That kind of depends. This big move down below the support and then a strong bounce up here. I don't know, man. Maybe the gold is also gonna go down, but you know, right now it looks like it is at very hard resistance up here. This is a monthly resistance. This resistance goes since 2011, September 2011. And you can see down here it went down to, you know, $1,000. It went up right now, you know, it doubled in price. But gold is not gonna do, you know, 10x or 100x or anything like that, right? Crazy. And at least not right now. It does not seem like. Over here it did something like, you know, 7x or something like that from the bottom towards the top. This is since, you know, 2000 to 2011. 10 years move gave you 7x on gold. But unless you have, you know, extreme amount of money, I'm a little bit unsure whether this is you know, kind of investment. This can of course be both long and short on leverage, and you can get nice gains. But you know, just, you know, buying gold for spot is only for, you know, holding the value. But I'm a little bit unsure how well it will hold value if it creeps towards the downside up here, right? If it creeps towards the downside down here, because right now we have this, you know, this trend over here. There are double trends up here. There is something like this up here. So if it breaks this trend over here, it's definitely gonna crap its pants and go towards the downside. So you know, maybe that's gonna take, you know, just, you know, a couple of months and go down. Maybe it's gonna take, you know, a couple of years and go down. I don't know. Or maybe it's gonna take a couple of years and then go towards the upside. I don't know how this resistance is gonna play out. We can even zoom out more on this thing over here. Let's go 3 months chart up here. Let's go to 6 months. I think 6 months is nice on this because these are long-term charts. It looks just like a, you know, some kind of double top up here. You'll see that also the divergences are extreme. Let's go to the 12-month chart, 1-year chart. There is huge divergence up here on the chart on the 12 monthly. But it's still pushing up, right? Still pushing up. But the momentum up here is not strong as well. You can see up here on the yearly chart, the momentum is strong, the RSI is down, the momentum is losing weight. So I do believe this is going to drop towards downside. I do believe that in a low enough time frame, that, you know, gold is going to drop towards downside. So I'm not really confident on gold when you're just looking at the charts. I mean, I might be confident in gold for some other reason, but, you know, I think if, you know, if they wanna, let's assume they wanna crash the markets and stuff like that and reset the system and stuff like that, right? And if they're gonna do that, they're gonna try to, you know, crash also these markets that people consider as safe havens, like, you know, Bitcoin, gold, silver, might be that. Good morning, Edward Button. I want a long run 90-40, but on small time frames up here. I know this for what do you ask me? Hourly, 4 hourly. So 4 hourly. So the most important part on 4 hourly over here. Look at the trend up here. It's already broke down. So the problem is that it already broke down. So it went up here. It went inside this constellation. It's already broken down. So if it does go towards the upside up here, it can go towards the top up here. At least I would consider that some kind of resistance level, right? So 200 moving average, something like that. I mean, the highest it should go up here is, you know, 2030 or something up here towards the top up here. But over here there is definitely something, you know, going down here, give or take. It looks like it already might have broken towards upside up here. So he's going to try to make the move. There is of course resistance over here on 200 moving average. So if you manage to break that, it's going to, so it's either, you know, the long is only up to you know, 1982 or to 2020 or something like that up here towards the upside. So it's not actually that good of a long the way I see it up here. But the fact is breaking, if it can actually manage to break this towards other, you know, these other levels, it can actually climb higher. You know, we need to look at you know, a bigger picture as well. Maybe it's on the bottom. So this 4 hour, let's go to the daily time frame up here. Is there any kind of trend over here? There's definitely, you know, the line up here. Yeah, so it's on the bottom of this line up here. But it did, for example, it did break the trend up here towards the upside. This trend up here got broken, so it went down, created support, created this very nice line. With this line up here, try to get up to the top up here, failed to do that 1, 2, 3 times. So it broke 2 trends over here on the way. So it broke this first trend when it tried to climb. Then it broke the second trend up here, then went down, then tried to get up there, failed that, moved down there. Then there was this, you know, trend over here that broke towards downside. So right now it is consolidating between these two trends. If it can manage to get back on the trend up here, that would be very good. But you know, it looks like it's already, you know, losing so much speed that I think it's gonna break on the downside up here. Whether it's just gonna break down over here, or it's gonna go up here, or break down all the way up there, or break down, how that's gonna play out, I don't know. But I think the long positions up here are short-lived. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, for whatever reason, it might actually break up and continue towards the upside, but you know, there's that. Gold no good future, fund rate slowing, 66% of another rate hike coming. It's already breaking down gold. Cup and handle on gold, maybe. I don't know. cup and handle on gold, I mean, that's hopium, that's hopium. I mean, you can say that this is some kind of cup and handle, but if this is cup and handle, then this is obviously handle, and it already failed. So let's go to not 12 months. Let's go to 6 months up here, I think. So is this cup and handle up here? If this is cup and handle, and you can say, oh man, it sure is cup and handle pattern. But what people don't, let's assume this is a cup and handle pattern. What people don't fail to understand is that just because you got a cup and handle pattern does not mean you're gonna break that towards upside. Any kind of pattern, whether that's a head and shoulders pattern or a cup and handle pattern or a Adam and Eve pattern or a shoe pattern as we call it can break both ways when it comes to the decision point. It does not have to do this. It does not. It can get rejected and go down. You have to understand that. Both any kind of pattern. So just because you have a cup and handle pattern, it looks bullish, and it is bullish because you know, the price, you know, they're trying to push the price up here very you know, strongly, but there are divergences that momentum is losing, but they are trying. There is definitely people buying gold, but you know, it can break down. It can break down. Any pattern can break down and up. Cup and handle is the world's most unreliable pattern. No, it is pretty good. It is pretty decent. But so when to buy a cup and handle pattern? So cup and handle patterns, I think they have two buying opportunities up here. So when you see stuff, you know, going very, you know, going up and starts going towards downside. When it starts going towards downside, what you're gonna see, it doesn't go just up and then V-shaped pattern towards upside. It goes slowly towards downside. It creates this shoe pattern up here at the bottom, right? So cup and handles create this shoe pattern on the bottoms, and this is the first place where you know, there is opportunity to buy long on the on the cup and handle pattern, because this cup and handle pattern will continue going towards upside. So when it starts curving up here towards downside, you will see curvature, you will see moves, and you will see curvature on the downside. That might be just the first part of cup and handle. It doesn't have to be cup and handle pattern. It could just be something like this. It could be something like that. You know, but it could be cup and handle pattern. So the first part where it is good to buy is on the curvature towards downside. Oftentimes some kind of shoe pattern, some kind of momentum loss is gonna happen here. That's the first place where actually is good to buy. A second place where it's actually good to buy is after it created some kind of top up here and it's going into pullback. Oftentimes it goes into pullback to some kind of moving averages, and it's on those moving averages where you should buy. We already, and right now that we came to the top, we have this trend line up here. So this pullback up here towards the moving averages might actually indicate that support holding, and it is going to create the cup and handle pattern. Now once it comes to towards up here, that should be a profit target taking, because if it gets rejected up here, it goes below the moving averages. If it goes below the line, it dumps towards downside. But if it does play out, then you bought down here and it, you know, it continues towards upside. So two places where cup and handle pattern should be bought is the bottom of the pattern up here on the pullback, right? But the first the way you can actually identify this is you will see because it doesn't have to create cup and handle pattern, but you will see some kind of move going down. You know, and it will slowly be losing a momentum, and then we jump in a moving average and then do fast move towards upside, and we'll do a pullback, and then we'll try, you know, to cup and handle pattern, you know, cup and handle pattern. Retrace and drop. It's the worst. It should be forbidden. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have anything else. So Bitcoin right now is still holding very nicely up here. You know, but it hasn't been that long. Let's see 4-hourly time frame. We still got, you know, 3 hours. We just got an hourly close up here. Hourly close over here, and it's still holding these levels. So it's just consolidating up here until its moving averages comes towards downside. Then it will figure out whether it wants to go towards upside or downside. So we're gonna see how that actually plays out. It can actually take a little bit while, so I'm a little bit unsure about that. And before we end, let me just see how OP is doing. OP is doing this. Maybe double bottom down here. Maybe it can go a little bit lower down here into the area. Maybe it can go a little bit lower down here into the area. We're gonna see that. I'm gonna keep on my eye on OP, Optimus Prime, whatever this is, and see how this plays out. I just saw something 10%. Multi has been exploding, guys. I don't know what's up with this thing over here. This one, let's see. Oh, sorry. How much was this move up here? Yeah, this was 60. Like, this thing is so volatile, guys. I mean, look at these moves. This went from, you know, $34 down to $10. Now is at $4. but the volatility, man, the volatility on the daily, it looked like one day it did like 65% over here. Now right now looking at it did 10%, but this over here is like 20% move. This thing is volatile, like, you know what. You see what I'm talking about, this, you know, this curvature where it starts curving towards upside. It can do this, but it can also slowly start climbing towards upside up here. The same up here, it went up right now, you know, maybe, you know, it starts doing this up here, then you got this cup of the cup and handle pattern being information. Me too. Just keep dumping until my summer bonus late in June. Right on time for the supermoon pump. Toldi! Supermoon pump! The supermoon pumps are coming, guys. The supermoon pumps are coming. June to October, it's gonna be pumpy days. At least that's my prediction. We need a name for a curvature pattern. It's good. Curvature pattern. It's called cup and handle, man. It's called cup and handle. The cup and handle is good. The curvature pattern is some type of a shoe pattern. Nah, shoe pattern is most like this over here. But curvature pattern is just, it just kind of loses the momentum, you know, over time. The curvature pattern loses momentum. It goes down, it goes up, and goes down, it goes up, and goes down, and goes up. You know, and it loses. I think you can see curvature pattern on. I can show you. An example of curvature pattern on Optimus Prime up here, because I was watching that yesterday. So if you look up here, there is some kind of, there was this is 1 hourly. I think it was small time frames up here. Over here, this is a nice curvature pattern up here. So being creative. So over here there is a curvature. You can see up here it goes down. Please move this out of the way. It goes down, 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 down. It looks like it goes down in a channel up here, but it is losing momentum. It is losing momentum. Sometimes this momentum can be lost. You can see up here, you can how you notice it losing momentum. The RSI goes towards the upside, losing momentum. You also notice that it's losing momentum when you look at the MACD down here, right? You'll see that it is going towards the upside over here, and these bulges are going towards the upside. So it is losing momentum. And even down here on my indicator down here, you will see that it is losing momentum. So these things are losing momentum, but it was losing momentum in a channel, and it wasn't actually, you know, curving very, very nicely. But you know, that's what I'm meaning when I say it's lose momentum. It's pushing down, but it cannot push down as much as previous time, right? It's pushed down, but cannot push down as much as previous time. So that's the loss of momentum. It's pushing, but not enough. Chili pattern. Court, you forgot Z. Chilies. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna do something else. You go do something else. It's nice weather, so I probably should go out and, you know, do something. And thank you for stopping by, guys. Mladen, TLA. Thank you, man. And for everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Remember to smash the like button on the way out. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Hopefully not the same time, hopefully a little bit earlier, but you know, you never know. Work from home, so you know, get out, go around the house, you know, a couple of times, breathe in the fresh air, look at the sun, you know, smell the flowers, get back in. I get it. Okay, guys, I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Outro.